Good afternoon. My name is Michelle Cuevas Stubblefield, Senior Vice President of Strategy for the Greater Topeka Partnership, as well as Chair for the Topeka Shawnee County Community Recovery Taskforce. In response to the COVID-19 crisis, a diverse set of community leaders have been working to address the impact of the virus. 5 task forces have been developed to assess the immediate needs of the community, monitor and mitigate potential issues, and look at the long-term future, so as not only to recover, but for us to thrive moving forward. Today we are highlighting the work of the Economic Recovery Task Force to communicate the efforts that Topeka businesses are taking to ensure their customers' safety as we learn to respect this new threat. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Brent Bowles, partner of Shendall Lawn and Landscape and Green Pest Solutions, and co-chair of the Economic Recovery Task Force. He will tell you more about this new initiative. Brent.
Thank you, Michelle. This initiative is called Topeka Promise. When you see this badge at businesses in Topeka and Shawnee County, it means that businesses have committed to go above and beyond and to protect you and your loved ones by agreeing to follow all federal, state, and local public health mandates, as well as industry guidelines and beyond. The Economic Recovery Task Force encourages people to frequent businesses in a safe manner by doing their own personal assessment before going into businesses, but please venture out. In turn, you gain confidence that businesses that have made the Topeka Promise are doing their part by initiating daily steps by creating transmission barriers, enhancing sanitation, promoting health screening, following industry-specific guidance, and making themselves available to speak to their customers about all the safety protocols they have put in place. Businesses that are interested, we invite you to go out to the supporttopeka.com website and find out more information to begin this movement. The promise itself includes that businesses agree to these 5 principles. All employees will wear masks and appropriate PPE when dealing with customers. Face shields and plastic guards are acceptable. Social distancing is enforced through seating placement, capacity, and line restrictions are clear. All common surfaces will be disinfected regularly throughout the day. Sanitizer will be available for employees as well as customers. Employees will be screened daily for symptoms and restricted from work if any are noted. At this time, I'd like to introduce an early adopter of this initiative, Jason Linhair from Glory Days Pizza. Jason?
Thank you, Brent. I'd like to thank the Greater Topeka Partnership, the Recovery Task Force, for allowing us to kick off this event. We are super excited. It's important for the community, the businesses around, and our customers to know that we are taking extra steps to make sure that they are safe, our employees are safe, and we are happy to sign the Topeka Promise Pledge.
Thank you very much, Jason. At this time, I'd like to introduce our incident commander for our Shawnee County, Dusty Nichols.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here and seeing the Greater Topeka Partnership and local businesses taking this promise very seriously to keep the community safe. As we learn to live with the virus, this is going to be around a while. From all expert opinions, it's going to be around a while. We need to learn to live with it. And I think it's really, really a great step for the community to see the businesses step up in order to keep the community safe, their patrons safe, and to make people feel more comfortable to go out. We can't live in fear. We have to learn to respect the threat, and I think this is a great first step to get people out and trusting businesses, and we're really happy to be helping out and providing some guidance to the Greater Topeka Partnership and local businesses and the community as a whole. So thank you to everyone who's taking the promise and making our community safe.
At this time, we welcome all the other businesses to get on board, sign up at supporttopeka.com, and at this time, we welcome any questions that you may have.
Yes.
Can you tell us how long it took to put something like this together and talk about the name and what you think it represents and what all is the sticker going to say? And if they have a bad report, do you peel a sticker off?
Yeah, great question. I'm going to enlist Dusty to help me answer the last part of that. But so the Topeka Economic Task Force has been meeting for 6 weeks on a weekly basis. So it's been a journey that we've been on, and we came up with this idea to help create a promise that places of businesses are safe and customers can return. And so the promise itself is very simple. It's the Topeka Promise. They go out and they guarantee they're doing X, Y, and Z, the 5 steps that we outlined, at which point that they failed to do that, that would then be on enforcement side of things, which would fall to Dusty and someone else other than me. So.
Do you know other cities that have put this on? Is Topeka the icebreaker for this?
Yeah, I don't think we're the first, for sure. Once we came up with the idea, we started doing some research. I think there's neighboring communities that have done something similar. So I think this is becoming common practice. And there are a lot of businesses, restaurants, retail already doing this, and I think that's important. And we're just trying to get that message out that this isn't something we're going to start doing. It's something that businesses have already been doing, and we just want to make sure people know that. So,
is Glory Days one of the first then, or have you guys put stickers all over town?
Glory Days is one of the first.
And are you guys going to put stickers on today, or is that something you mail to them? They put it on themselves, or? Yeah,
they go out to the website, complete the information, and it's sent to them. Is that correct, Michelle?
Yes.
So, yep.
That's great.
My question is for the owner of Glory Days. Why did you think, as a business owner, it was important to partake in this initiative?
Well, it's important. Like right now, we need to make sure that the 30-40% of people that are still not comfortable with going out right now, I mean, there's still people that aren't comfortable with going to in restaurants and curbside takeout and doing those kinds of things. And it's important that we get those people back to spending money to get the economy going back in the direction where we were. We just got to make sure that they're aware that we're doing the things that we're doing, and this will help spread the word. So it is important that businesses sign up. It's a great opportunity, and it's another step closer towards getting back to normal.
Definitely. And so have you seen customers be kind of hesitant?
Yes, we do. Right now we're doing a curbside takeout and a contactless delivery, and we've been doing that since March. And you get different people's different opinions. Some people think this is a hoax, and some people it's life and death situation, the ones that are more vulnerable. So we got to make sure that we honor and respect everybody's sensitivities to what's going on. And if we go full bore and are careful with everybody, very few people will be offended by it. So we just feel it's the right thing to do to get everybody to trust and to just to get back out and get things going again.
Thank you.
As a business, how hard was coronavirus? I mean, did you lose 50%? Where are you at right now? It
was pretty substantial right off the bat. I think a lot of people just immediately, it was just kind of a sucker punch, and people hunkered down in their homes for the first 3 weeks, 4 weeks or so. And eventually, slowly, it kind of picked back up. We're still down a little bit, but I just really feel for the businesses that had to close down for, completely and weren't able to do anything at all. And that's tough. It's tough when you still got bills coming in and so on. And I think this is a great, Topeka Promise Pledge is something to really get people believing back in that people are doing the right things and doing the things that they should do to get people back in. So.
As a business, this was really hard on you. Did you have to get rid of any employees, or how did you make up for it?
No, we didn't. Yeah, no, we didn't. We didn't have to get rid of any employees. We had a few that were living in some compromising situations. They were living with grandparents or some elderly or some medical conditions, and they withdrew. And then we had a couple that also at the same time were out of school and didn't have anything going on, and they were still healthy. So it was a pretty level. It kind of picked up where some of them left off, and it kind of worked out for us okay. We did did go on a hiring freeze just because we didn't want to bring people, at that time, new people in that we didn't know where they'd been or what had been going on. But at the same time, we didn't have anybody really leaving because I think many businesses were in that situation. So. And
realistically, pizza is one of the safest to eat because after it comes out of the oven, it's not touching anybody.
Right, and that's where I say we're so fortunate. Pizza is kind of, this is kind of the business that we're built for because pizza is a carry-out and a delivery business already. The businesses that this is, that you go for atmosphere and the dining experience, and it really hit them hard. It really hit them hard, and I feel for them. And hopefully we can get back to normal. People picked up pizzas before, and they took it home, and they're getting the same product they were. We've taken extra measures, extra steps also to make sure that it's as safe as it was and beyond. However, there's just other businesses that it isn't the same. For us, it's really the same. We're still doing the delivery, the contactless delivery, and we're fortunate. And I just want to see the other businesses still getting back to where they need to be.
Talk about your dining. How much is it going to be cut with the 6-foot distance?
We've actually not decided yet to open the dining area. We just feel like we're doing okay with what we're doing right now, and we don't want to risk. We want this to go away as fast as possible, and we feel like it's the right thing to do to keep the spread away. And my employees are the ones that make this operation go, and I really want to keep them healthy. I want to keep them safe and get back to normal as soon as possible. So we've decided at this time right now, it's just not ready. We have one location that has 7 tables in it, and literally we're going to have 3. It's just not enough of a benefit to overcome the risk. The risk is just too high for us, we feel like, because you're risking closing the entire operation down for a 2-week period at least, and we just feel like it's the right thing to do.
My final question, great place to work. Are you hiring? People want to know.
We are. We actually have started hiring now. So yes, we're looking for delivery drivers, kitchen staff, managers, everything across the board. So yes, we are.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Do you think this initiative will help Topeka and Shawnee County come back to promise?
I sure hope so. I think that one of the things that we keep hearing about is that people, even though they're able to go back out, they don't quite feel comfortable yet. And we also hear that choices need to be made, that people want to have the option to choose where they go. And for those folks who don't feel comfortable, this is a good way for them to identify businesses that are taking, measures to make sure that they're safe in their businesses. And so if you want to go to a place that for sure the staff is taking the highest precautions possible, this is a good way for people to do that. So hopefully people will feel more comfortable going out and patronizing our local businesses again.
And I know that there's kind of like an application process for businesses. They have to kind of go online. What does that look like? How do you choose what businesses will get this sticker? And is there any deadlines that businesses should know?
No, at this point, they just need to go online to supporttopekapromise.com. It's just about 3 or 4 questions to let them, for them to commit that they're going to abide and follow the guidelines. And then once we receive that, we will send them out the seal, and they can place that on their place of business.
And what will that seal look like?
It's basically just a real thin, round circle with the Support Topeka label on it, and then it'll be right on their door as kind of a clear cling. Okay, thank you.
Next question is for Dusty. Are you going to take a tape measure and go to all these restaurants? You doing this all by yourself?
This is while Public Health and Incident Response Team supports this completely, it is a GTP, Greater Topeka Partnership project. We want to direct anybody who has any complaints or says they aren't seeing that promise to them, or directly to the management of that establishment to say this was the promise. and what they're seeing. So we want to create that interaction and that consumer confidence back between the customer and the business that they're going to. So while public health strongly encourages in this, our role in this is mainly support and guidance.
And as being in Topeka a long time, do you think this is something that's really going to help?
Oh, I think so. I like to hope so. There's a lot of discussion on social media, a lot of emails and phone calls coming to the COVID response team and the commissioners. It's talked about frequently in our Board of Health meetings that people are just reluctant to get back out. I think as we continue to talk about personal risk assessments, this might be one of those where when we have told people in the past, pull into a parking lot, if it looks too busy and you feel uncomfortable, you might make that risk assessment to go somewhere else. If you pull up and you see the window seal on the sticker, that helps with that personal risk assessment. So I think all in all, I think it will help people. I certainly encourage people to get out and at least try it. If it's uncomfortable, then you have a better level of experience to base it on. But I think we should give it a shot.
Can I add something?
Sure.
I think it's important to note that this is not a government program, and one of the beauties of this program is that it's developed by the business community for the business community, and I hope that people don't see this as any kind of a government intervention in private business, because it's not. This is something that the business community has developed for their own success.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.